Britt. Senator, welcome back to National Report. If we could first start with the chaos in Los Angeles and what happened overnight, the decision by this administration to send 700 Marines to LA to quell the violence, or at least show their presence. Do you support that decision by President Trump?
Absolutely. We have to make sure that our law enforcement officers are supported. Back the blue is not just a saying, it is an action. And when we look at the ineffective and weak leadership of both the mayor and the governor, we have to show strength. The lawlessness across our nation will not stand. This is exactly what happens when you have a sanctuary city. They have created a city and a state, for that matter, where they have said, your lawlessness, we will not turn you in to officers. This creates this type of movement around, and unfortunately we see Democrats once again defending sanctuary cities, wanting to defund ICE, and you have Republicans standing up and wanting to not only defend ICE, but defend our American citizens. This is the actual epitome of America first from President Trump's leadership and America last from Gavin Newsom's.
Yeah, the Democrats are defending a lot of these criminals that ICE was picking up while they were there on these raids. But I want to get your thoughts here from the Democrat reaction here. LA Mayor Karen Bass was a guest on CNN yesterday as these protests continued to engulf her city. She was confronted here by the CBS poll, which showed the country's support for President Trump's immigration policies. I'll watch this exchange.
54% of Americans approve of the Trump administration's program to deport illegal immigrants. A minority, 46%, disapprove. Are Democrats out of touch on this issue?
Well, I think if you did the polling in Los Angeles, I'm not sure it would be that way, considering we are a city of immigrants. And then people might approve that policy, but do people really approve the federal government coming in and seizing power from a state and from a city? So I drilled down a little further on that poll, because I do not believe that Americans support the federal intervention in a city takeover or a state takeover.
Senator, your thoughts on the Mayor Bass's comments there. Is she out of touch, or does she have a point?
She is absolutely out of touch. This is more of the same from the Democratic Party. I mean, you saw them defend, quote, a Maryland man who was actually a man from El Salvador. They are more interested in defending a wife beater who actually traversed our country trafficking men, women, and children than they are standing up for law-abiding citizens. What she gets wrong here, let's narrow down here. We are a nation of immigrants. We are also a nation of laws. The lawlessness will stand no more. This was the most litigated issue over the last 4 years. President Trump had a vision. He is putting that vision into reality. People want safe streets. They want stronger communities. They want to know when they tuck their child in at night that that child is going to be safe the next day. He is making sure where we have criminal illegal aliens, we are not only detaining them, but we are deporting them. Nobody has a right to be a United States citizen. This is a privilege. Obviously, it is one that creates our nation, but we're going to return to being actually a nation of laws, and I am so grateful for the strength that President Trump is showing. And when you have weakness shown by Gavin Newsom and the mayor, and obviously, unfortunately, other representatives of that area, we will stand in the gap to make sure that our citizens are protected.
Yeah, just when you thought immigration was an issue for just the 2024 election cycle, it's gearing up for the midterms if you've got such differences in political approaches to handling it. I wanted to ask you, Senator, about the big, beautiful bill, because right now senators are looking it over and trying to get to a conclusion by July 4th. That's the deadline. Is that going to happen? Right. Will there be some sort of agreement here that the House will approve?
Yes. Look, we are working through this on the Senate side. We are doing our job. We understand what's at stake. If we don't get this bill across the finish line, that means a $4 trillion tax hike on Americans from coast to coast. That means that in my home state of Alabama, everyone's tax bill goes up over $2,000 on average. Look, we want hardworking Americans to keep more of their money. That is what this is about. It's also about reining in spending and making sure that we have a pathway to sustainability here in this nation. When you look at programs for people, we want to ensure that we preserve and strengthen those. So we are taking a surgical approach here on the Senate side. We are rolling up our sleeves and we are doing the work. We're doing the work for the American people and to put President Trump's vision into reality.
All right. Senator Katie Britt, thank you so much for coming on and giving some insight on all those different topics, as well as that big, beautiful bill.
Thank you so much.